streamlined design with a very, very small rumble area. It has 2 seats, called a retractable undercarriage. And behind it, flowing B17 Flying Fortress Sally B. Solo of the B17 today is carrying out not only in honour of all the members of the Sally B Supporters Club with smoke arms to represent 2 damaged engines, but also to long-time B17 Preservation Sally B team member Darren Smith, who passed away recently. Thoughts of the Sally B team are with him. To our seat, seems to get greater and greater as the years go on. But now, solo. Diving in spectacularly from the left in the Mustang. The RAF as well, and not the Packard Merlin engine version that we see here. CANT Mustang Mark 21. It arrived with Air Leasing and Sywell late last year, and it was shipped over from Australia.
high level fire cover here at Duxford.
partly as to a DC-60 years. Yes, it's able to bring in and drop off the number of passengers it had on board for its flight over, the people from Red Bull who were coming over on it, without having to land, drop them off somewhere else.
right with a P50 Mustang, believed to be operating going globally. medical evaluation test provides clear maneuverability qualities to the flight and using connectors.
How are you going to get up?
Special accommodation to be administered in with farming, high pressure, provides the surface ceiling to appreciate like the next one. Roll, sweeping turn. For the first time.
aircraft running at 300 knots, during just be a technical good idea, I guess.
The last unit in the Hellenic Air Force operating the Phantom, and Greece is marking 50. Basic chaff was previously a big
Latvia and Lithuania, the three Baltic states, don't have frontline fighter aircraft of their own, and to defend their strategically, particularly these days, very important airspace, NATO mounts Baltic Air Force were meant to underwing refueling pods to make this a three-point tank for the first time.
Yes, the hose drum unit on the ramp of the aircraft is there to refuel larger aircraft like another Airbourne and Bournemouth.
German aircraft was one of the places in France. Germany also, just like Korea, using this aircraft on operations. July 2018, the operation debut airlifting troops from Windstorm to Afghanistan, and that has gone on ever since.
Yes, I think we've seen a number of humanitarian disasters.
Here we see the short landing capabilities coming to the fore.
Yes, so with those 12 main wheels, you can also do 12 structural brake packs. They land forwards, and as somebody who's flown, it was one of the most impressive parts of another mission.
And positioning high above us before the steep nose down. There they are, steadying at the top, having created a bit of separation, and there is the formation, nose over. We'll start operating there with the Ukrainian Air Force this summer.
The Mustang gets pilot ready for high-tech jet.
PA-330s. Who first joined the Royal Jordanian Falcons in 2002 and has some 3,700 flying hours in his logbooks. For the United States Air Force and Air National Guard. And there's a very good reason for that, because the oldest in-service F-15C model, the single-seat fighter, with the US Air Force as of 2020, dated from 1970.
Flies the farthest from the lead plane and passes. Get a reference for his position from the lead plane and using another plane's formation. the team for the great show.
Matador 2 Plus, their version of the Harrier. Very familiar looking profile of that aircraft, slightly different in terms of the nose. Our aircraft were never fitted with a radar, but this aircraft fitted with an AP65 multi-radar.
And you can see now the team coming from the left-hand side. Away from the crowd.
From Saab, the likes of the Viggen and the earlier Draken. This aircraft has proved very successful on the export market as well as in its home country. Internally in the aircraft to preserve its stealth characteristics. System on the F-35B model really coming into play. That's the key to this aircraft's stop, short takeoff, vertical landing capabilities. Pulling 29.
responsible for our world famous Diamond 9. Enid from the right, Hannah from the left, 4, 5, 4, cross. Red 9 climbing up, smoking the red, the white, the blue. They part for the world famous Synchro Heart. Coming in from the top right hand side is Red 8 as he spears the heart. Red 8 is Flight Lieutenant Richard Walker, former Harrier pilot, former Typhoon pilot, and former qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T Mark II. And the Red Arrows like dead. As they draw a wonderful 60 in the sky to celebrate 60 display seasons for the Red Arrows. Red 6 and 7 breaking underneath the 60.
up to 3 tons of external munitions and internal loads such as paratroopers, stretchers, and can loiter for up to 3 hours. Originally it was also intended to have been amphibious, but that didn't really take off. Coming out of figure of 8 here, we're now pull up into another chandelle on the right hand side. As well as all that cargo and other capability it has, it's got a landing gear that was also specifically designed for rough landings and the aircraft requiring no ground equipment, so making it even more versatile to be operating off of rough strips and things like that in the countryside. Here he is from, alright, going in now, Bill Bird in the depth of us P5. Very much therefore the stalwart of Royal Air Force flying training for many, many years. And this aircraft, we believe, this year is celebrating its 70th anniversary. And it's in immaculate condition, thanks to investment by a fellow called Jeff Bell. And it's displaying exactly as it would have been used and seen back in the 60s. This is the aircraft they would move on to after flying and successfully completing the Mark III flying phase. The difference with this one being this is a Mark 5A, you may well have spotted that already, because of course it's got longer endurance, thanks to the tip tanks that are obviously seen on the edge of the wings there. Draken. And I think you'll hopefully, the first prototype didn't even have an afterburner, making its maiden flight in October 1955. A total of 179 Draken superstores were reported, and very sadly many of those resulted in crashes and destruction of the aircraft. Some of the aircraft modified with a special anti-spin parachute installed above the engine exhaust, and also received your red yellow high visibility marking to increase.
like 2012, wasn't it?
Success as a night fighter. They were out of shot down in high slots. Used to be used by overseas operators. The Canadian Air Force, the Finnish Air Force, and the Royal Spitfire. Well, that's that. Today, I don't have any backed up, not calling. Very important that you bring. Also, aware that, of course, unique identification put on by many together during operational ensure that the aircraft.
Bolt now rolls 90 degrees while pointing straight up, before completing a stall turn at almost zero airspeed. The two 90-degree turns allow Bolt to continue in the same direction. The tutor is operated by No. 6 Flying Training School in partnership with Babcock International Group, primarily flying University Air Squadron students in RAF aircraft. There are 13 air experience flights across the UK that offer flights to up to 20,000 cadets each year. You can join the Royal Air Force Cadets if you
we now go to the extraordinary level. Developing this whole thing over a course of 4 years. Rip-roaring aerobatic, big wheels, hammerhead, rock tracks, avalanches. It's got a whole catalogue of unlimited movers in his head. And it's up to the next 8 minutes or so to package them all into it. Starting off, hanging in his strap there. So that aircraft is very, very complex. It's not a micro-balloon inside there, much going to do it. Well, that's great. That's clearly not a very stuff. Not for that. That would be the right thing to do. Anyway, now,
aircraft. It's built for display work. Goes back to a design back in the mid-1940s when a really inventive guy called Curtis Pitts put this design together, ideally to get an aircraft that could really compete well in all aerobatic competitions. And we're going to go through all aspects of this aircraft's capability in the next couple of minutes. The aircraft were made famous very quickly. In fact, it was a female pilot, Betty Skelton, whose aircraft's hanging upside down in the Washington Smithsonian right now, that really put these aircraft in the world of frontline aerobatics. But of course, our own team's in the it here now until it virtually goes into a hover. And if he had the jets, he'd put them on now and he'd push himself up a little bit further, almost going gyroscopic there, but letting the aircraft literally fall through the sky, almost looking out of control.
So this aircraft isn't a helicopter. As you go vertically upwards and the airspeed decreases, there's a big propeller on the front, but the propeller turns one way, and as you come to a halt, the aircraft wants to turn the other way, and that's why you saw the rotation then of the aircraft. Without airflow, you simply can't stop the aircraft from rotating. Helicopters can, but we can't. We have no tail rotor.
No, absolutely right, and it is an interesting feature. Also, Charlie. Lovely topside pass here. Steg will be giving you a bit of a close look as he flies past. this aircraft also had the nickname of Warhorse, and relating to the Mustang's pilot at the time, Blakesley. His radio call sign was Horseback Leader. Both this aircraft and the Spitfire now operates from the company hangar at East Midlands Airport, doing their best to preserve this unique history. Of course, with the Mustang, the Mark 19 Spitfire, the hub actually has a Griffin engine in it, but nonetheless fantastic.
Through arcing around to feeding thanks to the Spitfire and taking it up on 20 minutes short of the wall. Right as the this one was probably about 79 marks, now the crew is differently powered by the 6 power sports now, we're at 65 or 66. Everything else is pinnacle in terms of speed and altitude capability, but the top speed
platform made the then developed 1944 P51 with a bubble canopy and 6 guns, one of the most potent fighters of all time. It was known very extensively for its phenomenal work as a
You lean forward, do some interviews, stuff like that, and hopefully you get picked for it.
And coming in from the left-hand side now, please welcome Turbo in the mighty Typhoon. That's the way we arrive at an air show, and I'm sure he'll lead in similar style as well. Well, if you look underneath the wings when you get time, you don't get much time to talk about it in this, then you'll see the hard points of the ASRAM, the AMRAM, the Storm Shadow, the Brimstone, the Paveway, Lysago, the bombs, and of course the 27mm cannon. You are Fort Marham, and that's where it all took off. So at 17, he took flight in the Tiger, and the rest is history. Here he is, right at the sharp end of the Royal Air Force operation in Blenheim. And now, really excessive use of G in such a small area. Up to 9G, that's 9 times your body weight. Now, what's your... And then with the throttles right back, and you notice how incredibly quiet this has become, but he's still flying at about 110, 120 knots, and it sticks back towards him. and in a high profile, high alpha we call this, just before, it's basically the angle of the aircraft where it's still flying, but it's close to the upper angle of attack before it would fall out of the sky. Of course the little computer on board would never let it do that, but the little canards at the front there, if you've got your high profile photographic lenses and binos, you'll see them twitching away because they are just keeping the aircraft under full control. Very shortly now, please welcome from the Duxford Memorial Prize, the mighty Lancaster.
Very low today.
And what a delightful...
Keep the legend alive. We thank you.
What a sight that is. Absolutely wonderful. Defining so much that it's great in the history of this nation, of course. His real passion has been very much with warbirds. He cut his teeth with 20 years of flying with the Airshows, the 6-ship formation aerobatic fleet, flying Russian Yak-50 aircraft and demonstrations all over Europe. And then transferring his skills into other warbirds, flying the P51 Mustang in Florida a few years ago, and now performing other demonstrations, flying.
It's always good to hear the heritage of some of the aircraft that display for us here in Bournemouth, and the Mark V is flying for us now, B17. I'm going to give you some pedigree of this beautiful aircraft. Completed.
Now, tell me, you're involved with Navy Wings. Tell us a bit about how that has sort of transformed and really taken the historic side further forward.
Yes, originally Royal Navy ran its own historic flight with the efficiency in front of you and a couple of other assets. More recently, Navy needs
I recognise that similar linkage a little while actually with Aviation. Well, yeah, Steve, it's great to have him in the cockpit as well. Hugely experienced guy. And the Wasp was a backbone of T-Tar for many, many years. Flying in the colours of HMS Aurora flight, built in 1964, served various ships. Oh gosh, the that's why Aurora. And there's the big noise. Delightfully presented by Steve Daniels there. Keep your eyes up down the right-hand side. Here they come in the hands of Stan Anderson and Lars Martinsson, the Draken formation from the Swedish Air Force historic flight. Sweden. They also successfully exported to Austria, Denmark and Finland. And basically it was the need for a jet fighter that could intercept bombers at high altitude and also successfully engage fighters as well. And much the same period that things like the F-104 Starfighter were also in the mix during that development period. And as a technical combat role, just look at those shapes turns, but actually still using an awful lot of airspace to do so. It's just a mixture of design and age and the performance at the time during the period. So here we have a great lifestyle see the nature. All these aircraft restored flying condition by volunteers and historic flight. First Viggen took to the air in February 1967. The initial designs are always surprisingly early, through the late 50s and 60s before Berlin formation. Massive amount of effort has gone into keeping these great sections, hopefully for many, many more generations. You see, of course, you can go flying in these aircraft. Schools of display pilots in the spare time giving passenger opportunities. Into the spin, controlling it again, down and down, absolutely no issue at all with these numbers. There's a good opportunity, just noting the rate of their tumble, all within a couple of seconds. not the sort of thing you want to rush if you're not used to this sort of work. You can imagine what it's like spinning around on maximum spin dry. Just effortless. From the Battle of Blenheim. Impact is obvious, just looking at it, rugged, reliable, full of charisma, very, very popular with its crews as well. As it is today in command of Flight Lieutenant Sally B, former leader of the Lancaster bomber, but there is a place you can ride one, and it's here in the UK, it's in Lancaster, Lincolnshire, sorry, Aviation Heritage Museum. You can taxi down the runway in there, Lancaster. What a beautiful sight. Having compared this to what you saw earlier on today with the Draken Viggen, now we're up to top design digital assistance. Please welcome Turbo in the Royal Air Force's frontline Typhoon. Sedate arrival there from Turbo, of course, from the name Flight Lieutenant David Turnbull, and really, like the guys, they all are. What they do is
maintenance as this. The trainer test aircraft until 1954 was sold to licenses and the Duke range mapping and survey equipment.
Or if you want, you can have your bigger note. Or you can just do it in that half if you want.
Memberships is located